Last week, huh? Oh, this is last week. Oh, okay, okay. Nice. Okay, so what did we discuss in our last class? Completed practicals? Okay. Everyone, CloudFront. You didn't try it or tried but didn't work? Someone took steps also, no? Huh? You followed the same steps? Who took the steps? You took, no? Raji. Who is Raji? You completed? No. Why did you take steps? Okay, so please take your time and then do it. And did you took the photo and put it in the group? You're not there in the group, huh? Or someone take that photo, right? And then put it in the group, no? So follow the same steps. Okay. What is she? Okay, good. So please complete practicals. That is, CloudFront is very important. So maybe, yeah, try it out. I think definitely should work. Okay. So let's talk today about a very important service, which is Route 53. Which one? Route 53. Okay. So let me share my screen. Chitty, can you please confirm? Can you see my screen and can you hear me well online? Okay, nice. So today's topic is Route 53. If anyone asks about Route 53, so what is the first thing that you say? What is a single line of answer? Okay, that is good. But what is that? It's a DNS service, right? It's a DNS service in AWS. If someone asks, what is the DNS service in AWS? Or if someone asks, what is Route 53? Then you can say it is a DNS service in AWS. So I'll just start with that, saying it's a DNS service in AWS. Why we call it as 53? Because which port number? DNS port number is 53. That's why we call it as Route 53. In Route 53, what do? We create records. What do we create? Records. So makeup we do, no? So if you have a nasty URL of your load balancer, we'll do the makeup to your good, nice URL, right? So let's say, for example, you have boom.com. So boom.com will be routed to your nasty URL, correct? So that is a record that we create, and then it will be routing it to from one place, from one URL to another URL. That's why we call it as Route 53. And also, if you remember our starting days, when did we started this class? May 24th. May 24th. Okay, it has been quite long a journey. So May 24th. So do you remember we discussed about the DNS in our starting days? So I don't remember. I took someone's name and I said, like, let's take his laptop. In his laptop, he opened the browser. So browser required two things. What are those? Anyone remember? So what is that? Here I open the browser. So browser required two things. What are those? Host name and then IP address. Very good, yeah. Host name and then IP. Let me ask this question then. Okay, from the browser, the request will go to where? Local DNS. The request will go to local DNS. So this is a local DNS. From local DNS, the request will go to RNS. What is RNS? Root name server. So from here, the request will go to RNS, root name server. From root name server, the request will go to where? Top level domains. Top level domain, TLD. So from the top level domain, the request will go to where? Name server. From name server, the request will go to SOA, correct? So till there, so we remember. So guys, here, do we need to worry about all these things here? Do we need to worry about this part? This part we no need to worry about at all. So I say here, no need to worry. This is completely managed by your ISP provider. We don't need to take care of that. So from here, the request will go to, as I said, name server. The request will go to where? Name server. Name server. From name server, the request will go to SOA. What is name server, Nana? Anyone? Name server, do you remember I gave you an example, right? So it's a big top level domain. .com is there. Inside the someone will be shouting it, right? Which identify the domain. What is that? Which identify them. And what is DNS? Let me start with that first of all. What Gopi? DNS is domain name service only. What does it do? It keeps all the host names and then IP address, or it tracks all the host names and IP address. And we say also it will convert the host name to IP address to host name. So I'll start with that saying that what is DNS? DNS keep track of all host names and IPs. So in other words, can you say this as like this? Which it converts IP to host and host to IP. So what is the command that we use to check the IP address of your website? NS lookup. Which one? NS lookup. Remember NS lookup? Do you remember NS lookup? Yes or no? Yes. So if you go to the command prompt, right? If you go to the command prompt and then type here NS lookup. NS lookup. So, and if you take facebook.com, do you got the IP address? Yes. If you put the IP address, you will get the Facebook page. So basically, this is a small command which will convert the host name to IP address to the host name. Okay, let's come to this. This guys, local DNS, root name server, top level domain, all these things we don't need to worry, but we need to take care about what name server and then SOA. This will be configured in Route 53. So in Route 53, what do we have? We have name server and SOA. So before I go on this, so first of all, let me tell you what does the Route 53 features are. What does it give it to us? So number one, guys, we will do the domain registration. What is that? Generally, where do you go and purchase your domain? Generally, GoDaddy. You have GoDaddy, Kamami, right? And then you have HostGator. There are so many third-party tools or third-party websites available where you can go and purchase the domain there. But as we are in AWS, do you purchase the domain somewhere in third-party? No. What do we do? We need to purchase in AWS only. So in which service you can purchase the domain? Route 53. So Route 53 will also act as a registrar. That means you can go and purchase the domain in Route 53. So it will help for domain registration. And can it does DNS routing from nasty URL to nice URL and all. And then it does the health checks. And then it does important thing. We have something called routing policies. What are those? Routing. Let us learn all these things today. Okay, ma? So and by the way, Route 53 is global. Certification question. Route 53 is global. So generally, if I don't say anything, that service is regional. So I'm specifically telling this Route 53 is global. Very important. Route 53 is global. So guys, here, do you all agree DNS is all about records? DNS is all about records. We create the records, we modify, update, we delete all these records. Okay, now in EC2 service, what we launch? EC2 instance. In S3, we create buckets. In RDS, DB instance, right? So for each and every service, we go and create something, right? In Route 53, if you go to Route 53, the first thing that you have to create is hosted zone. What is that? Hosted zone. What is that you need to create? Hosted zone. So as I said, in EC2, you go and create EC2 instance. In S3, you can go and create buckets. Similarly, in Route 53, what do you create? Hosted zone. What do you need to create? Hosted zone. Hosted, see, what is bucket? Bucket is a container of objects. Bucket is a container of object. But whereas in Route 53, what do we create? Hosted zone. What does the hosted zone contains? Records. So what is hosted zone? Hosted zone is a container of records. Simple. So in Route 53, what do we create? Records only, no? From mappings we create. So all these mappings will be sit in one container. No, what is that container called? Hosted zone. So in Route 53, what is the first thing that we should go and create? Hosted zone. And what is the name of the hosted zone that we should create is your domain name. What is that, Nana? Your domain name. So you need to purchase the domain, no, here. Your company domain name will be there here, right? Let's say boom.com. So hosted zone name should be what? Boom.com. Or hosted zone name should be infosys.com or wipro.com, tcs.com. So your domain, your website, your domain should be there. So hosted zone and your domain name both are same. You got it? Very, very important. So let us start writing. So what do we have here? Hosted zone. What is hosted zone, Nana? Container of, yes, container of records is called the hosted zone. Okay, so here we have hosted zone. So this hosted zone is same as your domain name. Yes or no? Hosted zone is same as your domain name. So domain name can be what here? That is an example one, correct? Your hosted zone, your domain name, both are same. Clear? So in Route 53, what do we create, Nana, here? In Route 53, what is the first thing that we create? Hosted zone we create. So hosted zone, what is the name of the hosted zone? Domain name. So can I say boom.com here? Yes. So hosted zone are of two types. How many types of hosted zones are there? Two types, Nana. Number one is, we call it as public hosted zone, and number two, yes, correct. What is that? Private hosted zone. One is public hosted zone and another one is private. The name is clearly saying, no, public hosted zone, private hosted zone. So whenever you're creating the hosted zone, you can create in two ways. One is public, one is private. If you create it in public, what will happen? Your websites are available through the internet. If you want to have your website to be have in the internet, to be accessed through the internet, which hosted zone that you create? Public hosted zone you create. And if you don't want to access from internet and you want to access within the VPC, within AWS, which hosted zone? So there are two types of hosted zones. Number one, public, and then private. Public hosted zone and then private hosted zone. So public hosted zone will work in internet, through the internet. And this one, yes, within the VPC. Getting it slowly? Online, is it clear till here? Getting it? Okay, what does this hosted? Okay, now which is the hosted zone that we should create? Public or private? Which is the hosted zone that we should create? Public we need to get, because it has to be accessed through the internet. No, you have your website. The website has to be accessed through the internet. Otherwise, what is the use? If you have income, let's say in your companies, you have your own websites, company website, your intranet, we call it as intranet. So internet, you have website, no? Yes, that will be accessed within the company. So if you want to access within the company or within the AWS, within the VPC, then go with the private one. So which one we should be creating it here now? Public hosted zone. So what is the hosted zone? Hosted zone is a container of the records. And what is the name of the hosted zone? Your domain name. Excellent. What does the hosted zone contains now? What does the hosted zone contains? Records. What does the hosted zone contains? Records. Very good. So now hosted zone contains what, Nana? Records. Can you give me one sample record? Can you tell me one sample record? Let's say we have boom.com. Boom.com should be routed to ELB nasty URL. Yes or no? You have ELB nasty URL. No, will you share this ELB nasty URL to the customer? No. So what you need to do, you need to create a record to the appropriate domain name. So whatever the domain name that you're putting, you need to purchase it. Otherwise, can you create it? No, you need to purchase the domain. Getting it? So now the request will go to, now you have the record. Now the request will go to where, Nana? So it came to the record, and record says that boom.com should go to the nasty URL, ELB. So it will go to the ELB now. And ELB has what? EC2 instances. And EC2 instances have what? Your application. Yes or no? EC2. EC2. What does the EC2 has? Application. Application. You got this, Nana? Is it clear? How does your request go through the Route 53? Everyone? So first, whenever you hit boom.com, tell me, where does it go? It goes to first, it goes to where? Route 53. Whenever you, guys, in your browser, whenever you type boom.com, the request will go to where now? First, Route 53. From Route 53, where it is go? Hosted zone. In Route 53, what does it has? It has host. What does the hosted zone contains? Then it go to the record. And it says the record is sending to load balancer, ELB nasty URL. From ELB nasty URL, it goes to the EC2 instances. So ELB is, so this is how your request will move from one place to another place. Everyone clear, Nana? Is it clear online, CC? Super. So which type of hosted zone that we create? Public hosted zone. So whenever you create a public, or whenever you created a hosted zone, whenever you create a public hosted zone, 2 records will get created automatically. How many records? 2 records. Guys, if you remember in our olden days, I mean, 2 months back then when we are talking about DNS, right? I told you, big one is .com and your request is waiting outside. And in .com, you have how many websites are there? Millions of websites are there. In that millions of website, so request has to identify google.com. So who will be identifying the domain? Name server only, right? Which one? Name server. In that you have the name server. So name server is nothing but couple of servers only, no? You're getting it. So let me remind you this. This is big.com. Yes or no? And this is .com. Inside this .com, you have millions of websites. So which is the website that you are accessing? Google.com. Here you open the Google.com and the request is coming all the way from the internet. Okay. So it has gone through local DNS, root name server, top level domain, and then it is coming over here. So if he comes here, there are so many millions of websites. So, but the request has to go to google.com. So who is the guy who will be identifying and shouting from here? Name server. So name server, NS server. Name server is nothing but there should be some server, no? So is it good to have only one server or multiple servers? Multiple servers, correct? Exactly. Very good. So here, whenever you create a hosted zone, 2 records will get created. And those records are called, one is NS record and another one is SOA record. These are the 2 records will get automatically created. So NS record is nothing but, can I say it is pool of servers? Pool of servers. Who will be identifying the domain? So approximately it gives 4 servers. How many servers? 4 servers it will give. Who will give? AWS will give. And SOA record, what does the SOA record do? It is an admin for hosted zone. So who will have the IP address? SOA has the IP address. No, see me. So there are two types of hosted zone. What are those? Public hosted zone and then private hosted zone. Which one we should be using it? Public hosted zone. In public hosted zone, whenever you create a hosted zone, how many records will get? Two records will get created automatically. What are those two records? NS record and then SOA record. NS record meaning what? It has a pool of servers. Simple as that. Right? So NS and SOA, can we call it as default records? Certification question. NS and SOA records are automatically created and handled by AWS. Okay, Nana, is it clear? Super. So now, see, where did we created the domain? In AWS only, in Route 53. But there might be chances that your domain is purchased in some other in third-party website. Let's say GoDaddy. You have purchased the domain where now? Guys, if you purchase the domain in Route 53, any issues? No, everything is good. Everything is good. But if you have purchased the domain in GoDaddy, how does this work? Let me give you that real-time experience also. So let's say, what is this? This is GoDaddy. GoDaddy, go. GoDaddy. So guys, instead of purchasing this, your domain boom.com in Route 53, where did you purchase? In GoDaddy. So boom.com, where did you purchase? In GoDaddy. So if someone hit boom.com, where does it go? It goes to AWS or GoDaddy? It goes to the GoDaddy. It goes to the GoDaddy. So now before that, I'll say you can purchase the domain in two ways. Purchase domains. Where does you purchase? You can purchase a domain in Route 53, or you can purchase a domain in GoDaddy or any third party. Yes or no? So whenever you purchase in Route 53, guys, whenever you purchase the domain in Route 53, automatically hosted zone will be created. Do we need to create the hosted zone? No. Whenever you purchase the domain in Route 53, automatically hosted zone will be created. If the hosted zone got created, automatically what records will get created? NS and SOA record will be created. So if you purchase in Route 53, so I'll say here, if you purchase in Route 53, no need to create hosted zone, right? So it will create automatically with the NS and SOA records. But when you purchase in GoDaddy, will it create hosted zone automatically? No way. Somewhere you purchase in GoDaddy, how come it will create a hosted zone here in Route 53? Who should create it? We should create it manually. Yes or no? So what should you do? Manually create hosted zone. Once you manually created a hosted zone, automatically NS and SO records will be created, right? So when we create hosted zone in Route 53, automatically NS and SOA are created. Okay, now question for you. See here, guys. Now imagine, guys, if it is in Route 53, no issues. Directly, everything will work. But if your domain is purchased in GoDaddy, now I open the browser and I type boom.com. So the request will go to where now? Where does the request will go? When I purchase the domain in GoDaddy, where does the request go? It will go to the GoDaddy. It will go to the GoDaddy. So but my entire infrastructure is where? In AWS. My entire infrastructure, my ELB, EC2 instance application, everything is in AWS. But my request is going to where? GoDaddy. So we need to somehow give the connection from GoDaddy to our AWS, no? So for that, what we need to do, guys, so whenever you create a hosted zone, NS records will be created. No, what are NS records? How many servers will be there in NS record? 4. That 4 NS records, 4 servers should be updated in GoDaddy. Okay, so update AWS Route 53 NS records in GoDaddy. So once you have updated in GoDaddy, now the request will go, first it will come here, no? and then automatically the request will be redirected to where? To Route 53. Because NS records are there now. Whose NS records? AWS NS records are there. So you tell me, is it recommended to purchase the domain in GoDaddy or Route 53? So the disadvantage of purchasing in GoDaddy is first latency is the problem. What is that? Because the request has to go to where now? First, where it will go? It will go to GoDaddy. So couple of seconds or fraction of seconds also will get delayed. No, because it has to go through GoDaddy, and from GoDaddy it has to come to AWS. So it is always recommended when you are using AWS infrastructure, always recommended to purchase your domain in Route 53. But if you have purchased a domain in GoDaddy also, can you make it work? Yes, you can make it work. Make sense? Understood? So first you need to update the records here, right? Update NS servers in GoDaddy, and then here requests are redirected to Route 53. Now, is this clear? So what are the two records that will get created automatically? What are the default records? NS and SOA are called default records. Can you delete NS and SOA records? If you delete, your application will work? No. NS and SOA records cannot be deleted. There is a question. NS and records, could you please explain again? Because when you explain, my power cut. Okay. So guys, you all understood? So if you have purchased the domain in Route 53, do we need to worry about anything? No need. But if you have purchased a domain in other than in Route 53, let's say GoDaddy, what you need to do? Update NS records to the GoDaddy. Because once the request will come to the GoDaddy, GoDaddy will see that, oh, my NS records are AWS records, and the request will say that, Babu, you are not our category, so you are AWS related, so go to AWS, the request will be redirected. Got it? Any questions still here? Online, is it clear, everyone? Super. Rao Garu is always active. PN Rao. Nice. Very good, Rao. Okay. And also others also. Okay. So now, and I'll remove this Picasso. Okay. So I told you Route 53 is all about records. Route 53 is all about records. Should we talk about few records? Okay. Which are useful for us. So let's talk about Route 53. Route 53 records. So there are many records available in Route 53, guys. There are so many records. So records is already related to your DNS. Whenever we talk about the DNS, there are so many records are available, but there are few records that we talk about. Number one is a record. What's it called? A record. Or you can call it as a record or a record. Okay. A record is best, huh? Okay, let's say if you say a record, there is also one more record that is coming in. You tell me this, Sharif. What is this record? What is this called? A record. Correct? So, okay. So, correct. This is, we call it as, you don't call it as a record, but you can call it as AA record. Okay, a record or AA record. So there's so many records available like this. So AA record you have, and the CNAME record you have, and then alias record you have. So alias record you have, and then we have MX record you have. There's so many records. So it's hard to talk about all the records. But what are the important records that we use that we talk about? The first one is which one? A record. So a record, first I'll write URL to IPv4 So this one URL to IPv6. This one URL to URL. This one URL to any resource. Okay, MX record is related to your emails. Let us not talk about that. Okay, let's talk about a record, Nana. What is the first record here? A record. Let me give an example. Okay, give me a shortest name. So we have a website called http:/. What is the website name? We always be on the boom. Okay, I say Gopi, huh? 4 letters, gopi.com. So now I hit gopi.com. Tell me first, whenever you open the browser and hit gopi.com, the request will go to where? It goes to where? The request will go to Route 53. First, the request will go to Route 53. From Route 53, the request will go to hosted zone. What is that? Request will go to what is your hosted zone name based on this? Gopi.com. Okay, and from hosted zone, what from hosted zone it goes to? What does the hosted zone contains? Records. So it goes to the records. So what is the record that you have? Gopi.com is redirect to where? Okay, now gopi.com is generally redirect to which one? ELB nasty URL, correct? Yes or no? Okay, now can I send it to the EC2 instance IP address also? Yes, we can send it, no? So EC2 instance IP. But is it recommended to send it to directly to the IP address? No. So if you are sending it to the IP, gopi.com, can I say it is a URL? Gopi.com is URL, right? So URL from URL and IP instance IP is nothing but IPv4. So guys, if you have a requirement to send it to the IP address, so from URL to IP address, which is the record that you should use? A record you should use. Which is the record you should use? A. So that's why I said here URL to IPv4. You have so many varieties. So based on requirement, you can choose it. It's not mandatory to go with only particular record. Based on the requirement, you should go for. And what is AA record? Can we use it? We don't use it because that is related to IPv6. It's not used. So next one is CNAME. Generally, what is CNAME meaning? CNAME, canonical name. What is that? CNAME. What is that? Canonical name. Canonical meaning same. Similar name. Canonical meaning similar. Okay, so similarly, I take here gopi.com, etc. Everything here. Whenever he hit gopi.com, it will request to go to Route 53. Okay, so now I have gopi.com. Gopi.com, if we have, should be redirect to ELB nasty URL. This is what? URL to URL. Very good. So if you want to do like this, so which is the record that you should use? CNAME record, which is URL to URL. What is the next record? Alias record. So if you go for alias record is also similarly less CNAME only. But alias, do you remember what is alias? Nickname, right? Alias, right? Let's say Gopi alias. So in Neralu Goral, he'll say no. Right? So alias is nothing but your another name, right? Your another name. So here, if you go with the alias, so what is the record that you have? You can go, if you go for gopi.com, so you can go with either EC2 instance IP or you can go for the URL also. That meaning any resource. ELB nasty URL. Got it? No? So this is URL to any resource. URL to any resource. Is it clear, guys? Different types of records. So in our real time, I'll tell you which is the record that we commonly used is we use the combination of a record plus alias record. This is the most common record that we use. It's a combination of a plus alias record. So how it is a combination will work? I'll show you in the lab, not here, because it's very hard to understand here. I'll show you in the lab directly. Okay. So now, yes, it can go for both, Mishra. If you go for alias, can you point out to your EC2 instance IP also, or you can point it to your ELB NAST URL also. Okay, now what is http://gopi.com? What is gopi.com? Can I call it as domain? This is a domain. So here, this one I call it as, can I call it as main domain? And I can also call it as naked domain. What is this called? Naked domain. Or also call it as zone apex record. So we have different names here. What is that called? Main domain, or you call it as naked domain, or you can call it as zone apex record. So all this refer to your gopi.com. Okay, so now can I have something like this also? Admin.gopi.com, web.gopi.com. What are these called? Hello. What are these called? These are called subdomains. What are these called? Subdomains. These are called subdomains. So why I'm saying all these things here is, now you might have a question, sir, which one should be used? CNAME or aliasa? Because both look similar only. So I'll tell you one reason and you will decide which one will go. CNAME are billable, aliases are free. Which one will you select? Without any second doubt. So here CNAME records are billable, whereas alias records are free. Yes. So based on this, which one you always select? Alias record. And also one more problem is there with the CNAME. Guys, for naked domains, you cannot use CNAME. Which one? For naked domains, you cannot use CNAME. Which one you need to use? Alias you need to use. For subdomains, can you use CNAMEs? Answer is yes. So this is a problem. So, okay, now we have gopi.com. So gopi.com, I need to send it to nasty URL. Can you use CNAME? Answer is no, because CNAMEs are not used for the naked domains. I have some web.gopi.com. Can you use CNAME? Yes. So CNAMEs will not work for the naked domains. CNAMEs will work for the subdomains. So if you ask me, sir, then what should I use? Then you should use which one? Alias you need to use. That is only the constraints that we have with the CNAME. So this is a certification question, guys. For naked domain, okay, gopi.com. Okay. You cannot use naked domain with CNAME. Instead, use alias. And also for subdomains, you can use CNAME. Is this clear, Nana? Everyone? So whenever you get any interview question, certification question, or any type of question, guys. So if you ask, if they ask which one will you select, CNAME or alias, which one should you choose? Always alias. Always choose alias over CNAME. That is mantra. Is it clear? That is costly record. So CNAME is billable. That's how. There is no such a reason, but there are few things from few records are billable, few records are free. Clear? Okay. Any questions still here? Clear? Clear? Okay. So So the next thing here is, let's talk about routing policies. What is that? Very easy. Very, very easy, but very, very important, Nana. Okay. Routing policies. It will be interesting. You only tell. See, now I'll take another example. So HTTP colon / tell me one small name. Sai. Who is Sai? Sai.com. Okay. So now I have Sai.com. Whenever I hit Sai.com, the request will go to where? First, the request will go to Route 53. And from Route 53, excellent. From here, it go to the hosted zone. From hosted zone, it go to the record. So what is the record that it has? Sai.com is sending to, going to ELB DNS name, correct? Okay. So this is the record. Nana, see here, this is the record we have. So in order to work this record, we need to have infrastructure, no, first of all. Yes or no? We need to have a infrastructure. So this is the infrastructure. So can I say this is the infrastructure? In which region we have? This is Mumbai. So if Sai.com should work, if the Sai.com has to work, the request, what is the infrastructure we need to have? We need to have a load balancer, and then we need to have the EC2 instances. Yes or no? No. You need to have the infrastructure, no, in the backend. So load balancer is sending the request to this. So we have ELB, and these are EC2 instances with the application. Okay, see here, guys. So you have your application. Your application is getting monitored through whom? Through the load balancer. How does the load balancer is doing your monitoring to your application? Using what? Health checks. So guys, see here. So the request from here it's going to this. Yes or no? Yes or no? So whenever Sai.com got hit, the request is going from here to load balancer. Right? This is how it should work. Correct? Everyone. Now your application is getting monitored through the load balancer. Let's say your site, so this went down due to some XYZ reason. This went down. So your Sai.com will work. So on the application level, you have the health checks, which is done by the load balancer. But are you doing any health checks on Sai.com? So you are just simply routing it to your load balancer. Yes or no? Are there any health checks on Sai.com? No, guys, you are simply routing it. That's why I call it as here simple routing policy. What is the policy we have? Simple routing. Do we have any health checks for this? No. So number one, we call it as simple routing policy. Do we have any health checks? No health checks. So you are simply routing it to the load balancer. That's it. If something went wrong also, no, it's a problem. Correct? It's a simple routing policy. You have from load, you have Sai.com, which is redirected to your load balancer. That's it. Nothing is there. You're getting it. Now see. Customer says that, guys, real time. Customer says that, boss, Sai.com should never go down. Of course, you set up auto scaling, but I don't want it on the server level, on the top level. What happened if your auto scaling also went down? Then, correct? Possible, no? What happened? Okay. What Mumbai site is down? Let's say this is my primary site. This is my primary site, my first site, first setup. Okay, you got it? So what happened? Your entire Mumbai is down. Your application will not work. So if you want to have high availability for your whole entire application, so guys, so I'm not, simple routing is done. I'm not talking about the simple routing policy. So now I'm talking here, your website should never go down. So what you need to have, so can we have a similar setup like this? Right? Can I have the similar setup like this? You can have it in Mumbai region also. You can have it in your or another region also. Can I put it in Ireland region? So this is my first setup and this is my second. I mean, second setup meaning some phase changed. Second. So that primary site and this is the secondary site. Okay. This sir has in Ireland that too. Huh? The scene illa. Online. Experience. Okay. So not replication, guys, here. See here. Now, I'm not talking about simple routing policy. Now I'm talking about a policy called failover routing policy. What is that? Failover routing policy. So if you want to set up failover routing policy, now how many records you need to create? 2 records. Fantastic. Well, how many records? 2 records you need to create. So should we create a record like, okay, sai.com should be redirect to which load balancer? ELB DNS name, which region? Your primary first record. It go to the Mumbai record. So can I call it as this is primary record? No, this is called primary record. That meaning if someone primary record, if someone is accessing sai.com, by default the request will go to which region? Mumbai region. That is my primary record. And we need to create a secondary record also, no? So sai.com should be go to, now this one should be Ireland. And this is what record? Second record. So guys, if first record went down, automatically Route 53 will send the request to the second record. So, but if you have like this, is there any possibility of having your website down? So this one on the top, on the domain level failover, you are doing it. On the domain level, you're doing it. So can you have the parallel setup? Yes, you can have parallel setup. Otherwise, let's say so many times you will get these things. So many times you will get these things. Let's say whenever any website is down, you will get a maintenance page, no? Calling that a nice girl will come with microphone saying that, hey, we are under maintenance. We'll come back soon. Yes or no? Did you saw this kind of things, right? So either you can go with the maintenance page or either you can go with the parallel setup. If you have a parallel setup, do you have the downtime at all? No, because all the time your application either from primary or secondary it will be running. But if you want to have a maintenance page, which service do you prefer, EC2 or S3? S3, right? For simple one small HTML maintenance page, will you go for EC2 and load balancer? No. What you can do, you can create it in S3. Correct, guys? So can I have maintenance.html in S3? Yes, maintenance.html in S3. And okay, now instead of secondary record, guys, I call it as OR. Instead of your secondary record, sai.com should be redirected to S3 website endpoint. Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? You getting it? The request you will send it to here. So guys, however you want to use it, you can architect it. Do you all understand how did I architect it here? Number 1, which routing policy? Simple routing policy. Do we have any health checks in simple routing policy? No, but failover routing policy health checks is there? Yes, definitely health checks. So just in case my primary record sai.com is down, automatically my Route 53 will check, oh, I have a secondary record, so I'll send it to the secondary record. The secondary record can be in Ireland with the same setup, or the secondary record can be in simply maintenance.html page. If you don't want to have a website down completely, go with the parallel setup. Otherwise, if you want to have just maintenance, go with the maintenance. So if you have that maintenance.html, will you go for S3 or EC2? S3 is more than sufficient for that. Do you all understood? Real time. All this thing, one, like it's a big task for in your real time. Yes. Oh, no, that will not get synced. So it is our responsibility to make it available. But if at all, okay, there is one question, sir, how does this? So application will not sync because it is constant only, no application. What is the data behind this can be synced. So just in case I'm saying database, meaning what is the service we used? RDS. In RDS, can you create a primary here and replica here? Simple. You can architect, no, like that. Read. You cannot write. So in that case, you need to have similar setup here and then similar setup here. So guys, can you create multiple records with the same domain? Yes, possible. But your value should be different. Your value should be different. Is it clear till here, everyone? Online? Super. Now, I'll tell you one interesting one. So here, what are these? Don't think I'm playing, huh? Which region is this? First one. Mumbai. This one? Wow. Okay. Ireland. This one? Below Ireland? Huh? What is it? Oh, Ohio. Oh, okay. So we have Canada here, US, right side left kidney. On top, Tokyo. So now, yeah, these are multiple setup. I'll tell. See, guys, your application is in your Mumbai region. Your application is in Mumbai region. So anyone accessing from India, so they'll have low latency or high latency. Who said? Who said? Huh? So you are accessing. Okay, let's say http:// what is the shortest name? Someone say Raji. How many times I? Yeah, right. So I'll say raji.com. Okay. So we have raji.com here. See here, guys. If anyone accessing from India, the latency is lower, higher. From India, I'm saying low latency. And anyone accessing through all the other regions, for them it is high latency. This is high latency. Tell me, how do we resolve this issue to have low latency? Which one? Excellent, guys. Excellent. What is that? CloudFront. So we have high latency. But the problem here is my application is in English here. For Ireland, I need Irish language. For here, Ching Chong need Japanese language. So in this case, is it possible to go serve through CloudFront? No. Then, so in that case, you need to have application in each and every region separately, correct? So there is no way you need to have the application in each and every region, guys. So now, now our Ching Chong from here, user is Mr. Ching Chong. So Ching Chong is typing http:// okay. And the request should come to where? From where he should be able to access it. The request will come from. So he is from Japan. Okay. So he's from Tokyo. So he should get replied from where? From the Tokyo only. So how does our Route 53 will send that request to the user? So now tell me, based on this architecture, how many records I need to create? How many records you need to create? Excellent. How many, Nana? 6. So raji.com. So which is Mumbai ELB or IP address. This is one record. Like this, how many you need to create? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One is Mumbai and second one is Ireland, Canada, US, Sydney, and then Tokyo. How many you need to create, Nana? 6 records you need to create. So now, if anyone from Ireland, they open raji.com. So it will come to where? It will come to Route 53. So based on Route 53 will identify, oh, this request is coming from Ireland. So then it will the request will be routed to where? Ireland record. It will redirect. So this is called geolocation routing policy. What is that? Geolocation routing policy. So that meaning based on the user's location, Route 53 will identify users or request location automatically and redirect to the correct record. So who will take care of that? Route 53 will automatically detect which from which country it is coming, the request based on the IP address, and will be redirect to the appropriate record. What is this called? Geolocation routing policy. Do you see what are the routing policies this till now we have discussed? Tell me. Which one? Number 1 is simple routing policy. Number 2, failover routing policy. Number 3, geolocation policy. You understand different types of policies. So if you have your customers throughout the world, all these things are very, very, very useful. And the last we have here is, okay, so you only tell me. So, okay, the last I'll telling you the answer, which called latency based routing policy. What is it? Latency based routing policy. So latency based routing policy meaning I have the regions like this. Again, we have different regions, huh? Okay. Number 1, this one, Mumbai, Ireland, Canada, Bangkok, Savatika, Kapungka, Masa, you need one. So here you have Tokyo. Okay, so I have application in each and every region. I'll ask you one question here. No. So there is a person from US. Okay, there is a person from US. He is trying to access your application. http:// what was the name? Vinay.com. So now tell me. So this guy from Mumbai, it is taking 50 seconds and it is taking 1 minute. Here it is taking 2 minutes. From Tokyo, it is taking 10 seconds. From US, it is taking 40 seconds. And from Kidney, it is taking, let's say, 20 seconds. Now tell me, user is here in US and the request will be responded from which region? From where? From Tokyo. Excellent. Because it is what based routing policy is this? Latency based routing policy. Doesn't matter which region he is. So whichever the region is giving the low latency, fast response, so the request will get redirect to that particular region. But in general, in real time, it will get from Tokyo? No, it will from the US only. Correct? Because Because obviously, because I gave you Tokyo, because doesn't matter about the region, based on the latency, automatically get connected. Okay, clear guys? So request get connected based on the latency. Latency doesn't matter about the regions. Clear? Do you all understand what is latency based routing policy, guys? Yes. So this is one Jujube. You don't need to even worry about this. We have something called multi-value routing policy. What is that? Guys, multi-value routing policy is same as simple routing policy. Same as simple routing. But simple routing has health checks? No. But whereas this multi-value has health checks. So same as simple routing policy, but multi-value has health checks. We don't use that much multi-value. And can you tell me this? Okay, see, I have, let's say, for example, you can take load balancer also, you can take EC2 instance also, doesn't matter. Okay, I'm taking EC2 instances. EC2. EC2, EC2, and it has application inside it. Okay, so now we have this, and we have the client here. Okay, so now client, guys, all your client, few percentage should get connected to this EC2 instance or a load balancer. Few percentage, or I can send it to here, and few percentage I can send it to here. So guys, you can set the weightage possible. That is also, this one more different type. So we call it as weighted routing policy. Which one? Weighted routing policy. So weighted routing policy meaning based on the weightage. Let's say, for example, here I have given how much percentage? Let's say 30% of the traffic should go to this one. 50% of the traffic should go to this one, and rest 20% should go to this one, or 20. So can you share the percentage like this and send the traffic? Let's say if one thing you're doing the maintenance, can you send 80% of the traffic to the one EC2 instance? You can share the traffic. So this is called weighted routing policy. Clear? Easy? Route 53. Route 53 is completed. Can be load balance routes. From Route 53 we can set. That can be target. Your load balancer can be target, your EC2 can be target. Load balancer, how much percentage should be mentioned in Route 53 only? That is completely different. From Route 53, while configuring Route 53, I'll say, Babu, 50% of the traffic should send it to the load balancer. Rest, you can send to Route 53 saying that rest can send it to the another load balancer. Here is the configuration. And is it, it's not round robin? No. Is it clear, everyone? Easy Route 53? Yes or no? So mainly in Route 53, what are the things that we have learned? So is it possible to do the domain registration in Route 53? Yes. So guys, in order to do the lab and hands-on on Route 53, tell me, without domain, is it possible to do the practicals? So the first thing that if you want to do the practicals on Route 53, the first thing that you should do is purchase the domain. So Nana, if you want to purchase the domain, cost, so, okay, you tell me, in where do you go and purchase the domain? In Route 53 only, right? So in Route 53, go to, okay, let me log in and quickly show you how to purchase. Guys, I have an important announcement. Don't leave the class, okay? Okay. Okay. See here, guys. So go to Route 53. I'll show you, guys, those who are okay to spend how much, I'll show you quickly. Go to Route 53. On the left side, you have registered domains. You see, left side, you have registered domains. Here, click on it and then register domain. So what is the domain that you want to purchase? You can put it. Let's say, what is the domain? Gopi. Gopi. If you put just gopi.com, it will not work. Okay, because let's see. Gopi.com is not available. So you need to put some Gopi cloud or something. It should be unique, no? So now we have gopi.com cloud is there. So guys, you have so many top level domains are there, priced with different TLDs. If you open this, there are so many TLDs are there. Do you see this? .ac, so many, see, .click, .com, .co, .uk, so you see how many are there? .dog, .education, .eu, .fi, so many are there. So many are there. See, so based on your requirement, you just go ahead and then select which domain that you want. But which is the decent domain? .com, .co, .in, .com is fine. So guys, you need to pay how much? $13 per year. How much? Where? Per year, not per month. It is per year. How much is $13? 30 into 18, 13 sir. What, sir? Suddenly we are, sir. Huh? So, yes. So it will cost around your 1,000 rupees per year or 1,200 rupees per year. So if you want to do the practicals, you just go here, click on select, and then proceed to checkout. So if you think that, so no, sir, I don't want to purchase the domain. I will purchase in GoDaddy, which is 300, 400, 500 maximum. You can purchase in GoDaddy also, but I told you the logic. You need to use that logic. And if you say, no, sir, I don't have money at all. I'm staying in hostel. No, everything went into my recharge, right? So my papa asked to recharge and then I recharged, got connected. Okay. So papa meaning baby, your baby asked. So Babu is also asking so many times nowadays. So guys, so instead of that, there is a free domain. Which one? Free domains are there, but you need to find out in which there is something called Freenom, which are FREENOM. Freenom website is there. There they are providing the free domains. So, or check it, free domains in Google. So if at all you somewhere you find the free domains, there also you can go and register some domain, some nasty domain. Anything domain is fine. But if you want to do the practicals, there should be a domain. Otherwise, if you don't want to do the practical, just watch how I'm doing it. Clear? Okay. So, okay, another important thing, guys. So it has been quite a long time that I have asked. So, and then, and we are left, tomorrow we'll do the practicals on Route 53 and we are left with the next major topic, which is VPC. Okay, good. So I just wanted to ask, how are the classes went till now? Excellent. Huh? What do you say? Let me see from online also. Jackass, great, superb, very good. Simple and clear. So, marvelous. Okay. So, guys, I'm telling you, I always say this here. A trainer should have guts to ask this question at the end of the course. Yes or no? Many, I don't comment, but many you don't see, they just skip it. Last day completed, done. Okay, tata, bye-bye. But I'm just asking you, how is the course went? But luckily, fortunately, so I get super great feedbacks here. So, but do you remember before May 24th? May 24th is we started the class, correct? Course. Before May 24th, before week, you are going here, there, that, this, that demo, this demo, that here, that institute, this institute, right? You have been, so many people have been going through so many things, and finally you landed with me, which is very lucky and fortunate, correct? So people like you, so many students are waiting for the right trainer, right? So I know that there are so many, like, which they are just for namesake, they are AWS trainers, and then they are not even experienced, and then I don't comment at all, but how he is outside, right? So, but what I wanted to do is we need to help those people also, correct? To find them, to get them into the right place. So anyways, Riyaz sir knows everyone, right? Everywhere, if you just put Riyaz sir, everyone knows. But many of the students which are very new, they don't know, correct? So what I want you guys to do it, have you seen my Facebook group? You have, right? So just go Facebook, just go to Google, no Instagram. Okay. So just go to Google and just type, see, Riyaz AWS trainer. So when you put Riyaz, automatically you'll get it. And do you see this here? AWS by Mr. Riyaz. This is the Facebook group page. So people like you have wrote the feedbacks very nicely after the class. Do you see this? So would you share your feedbacks about me and the course on the page so that it will be helpful to others? Everyone online and everyone. Okay, ma? So indirectly you are helping others. So what I'll do is I'll be showing this Facebook page to others while they're coming to the classes so that they know how you guys went to the course, through the course, and how much you have learned. Will you be able to do this feedback? Can do it by tomorrow? Yes. And I'm sharing this group to here, and just join the group, click on join group, and you can write the post. So it doesn't matter, guys. However you want to write, just put it. Your feeling, your heart, how you felt, and your deep in your heart, you can express there. Okay, ma? Will you do this? Let's help others to be in the right place and to learn the right things. Okay? Can I see the feedbacks tomorrow? And also, there are so many people, they don't have Facebook, right? And there is something called, have you heard about mouth shut? Mouth shut, right? So in mouth shut also, you can give the reviews. So let's say mouth shut Riyaz reviews. So Naresh IT Hyderabad. So in mouth shut also, you can give. Do you see this here? So this also you can do it. Or else, do you know Google reviews? Guys, anywhere, not only Google, Quora, or however, kya Sharif, just sabko bolo, right? So wherever you see, like, Quora or, Google reviews, or anywhere you want to give it, just go and give it so that, people can easily find the here. Okay. Super. Take the screenshot, guys, online. Can I expect reviews tomorrow? Yes, everyone? Nice. Guys, I consider this as Guru Darshan. What is that called? Not Guru. What is that called? Guru Darshan only, no? Yes. So the only Guru Darshan you can give it is the feedback so that it will help others, not me. Right? Guru Dakshina. Right. And the second one, third, So mostly tomorrow Route 53, and by Friday we'll finish it off. And the next. We'll create in VPC. And the last. Yes. Great. Can you give the final CC for today, please? CC with smile. So offline students, those who are right, maybe this is the last week, so maximum try to come offline. So we can see face to face, or online people, those who are in Hyderabad, maybe you can also come. And if at all anyone is traveling to Hyderabad, so let's try to meet up on Friday, right? As Friday will be the last. Okay. Yes. Okay. So great. Yes, Ravi Chandra. I think many people have already posted my photo in the group, intelligent people. Okay, great. So that is all, guys, for today. And I'll see you tomorrow with the Route 53 practicals. Until